I'm Kathy Stewart, and I'm the owner of Mad Moose. Most importantly, I try to make quality products for people. I don't see a point in cheaping out on the things that we make because at the end of the day, you're just gonna have to redo it.
My name is Derrick. I'm the designer at Mad Moose Designs. So anytime a customer comes to us, I am listening to what they want in their projects, and I have to come up with a design concept for their project. It could be either clothing or signage or vehicle graphics. It all depends on what they're asking for.
A lot of places, it's been my experience that we've worked for that they've tried to go the cheapest route, but at the end of the day, you've got to redo something, and so that costs you time, and what does that really save you? We try to produce something that's quality, and we get it right the first time, and if we don't, we go back and fix it.
Being there for the community and helping them, or even giving back a little bit, showing that a little initiative, hey, we do care, we're not just all about the money. And I think that's why we have such loyal customers.
It took about 9 years. We were with one company for 8 years before we ended up leaving. I was like, you know what? We've always wanted to do this. We wanted to do our own thing. Let's do it. I said, if we're not going to do it now, we're probably never going to do it. So we just took the leap and went and started it.
Our biggest order was for a company called MySpace, if anybody even remembers MySpace. But at the time, it was a cool thing. We did have like a 4-color press, and we're down in her parents' basement, crammed in this little room. We could keep up, but it was getting really crammed in there. After a certain client came, we knew it was time to leave.
You're here all the time. You got to make sure you meet those deadlines, you get the stuff done. You might be missing out on some family events, hanging out with friends, that type of thing. So that's kind of a downfall, but at the end of the day, you're building something that hopefully eventually will become self-sustaining.
Sadly, as much as they get me frustrated, I like to do vehicles the most. I love doing them. I like seeing the people that come in and looking at their vehicle when it's done. It always looks better on the vehicle than it does when I show proofs of the vehicle.
There's a lot of problem solving that goes along with it, which I think makes it challenging in a good sort of way because it keeps your mind going and it's not boring. Like printing shirt is basically the same thing over and over and over again, so you get through the order. But when you're doing a vehicle, you kind of have to figure out how the vinyl's going to lay on there and how you're going to fit it in like certain areas on there and make it look good and presentable. And that's probably my favorite part is the vehicle graphics. So we met in his parents' basement.
I was in a band back then, back in my younger age. Her friend did like photography and photo editing and stuff like that, and she wanted to do production with our band, so she was doing that.
She thought we'd be a good match, so she introduced us, and he ran away from me. Yeah, when he first saw me, he ran away. I was like, all right, this is going well. He was practicing when I first met him, and then, I went to all of his practices, drove him around, went to his shows all over the place.
I have trouble hearing, and I'm also bad at pronouncing things correctly and all this other stuff. So I thought she told me her name's Taffy, and for 2 weeks we went on dating each other in a sense, and I don't remember where or when, but she kind of just basically told me, by the way, my name is Kathy, and I was like, well, why didn't you say something in the first place? She's like, well, I thought, you had like a speech problem or something, which I do, so it didn't really matter. I mean, it's just one of those things that it just happened, and it just seemed to work out that way.
Yeah, we got married in 2013 after we'd been together about 8 years. Fun history ever since, I guess. you.